Time to get unscrewed with Jason Bryant at unscrewed.co.nz, joining us back in the Kiwi studio for wine tastings. G'day to Jason.
G'day, Wammo.
And a special guest star, technology enthusiast, Paul Brislin.
Wine enthusiast at 9:35 in the morning.
Exactly. I feel honoured that Paul has graced us with his presence in the studio.
It's funny because guests often say that. I go, oh yeah, wine before, but because we're so used to it now for some reason. Which I don't know if that's...
No, don't say it like that. We're so used to it. No, we're not used to it at all. We purely taste.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and spit it out.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you both in.
Like I say, it is an honour to be in front of the CEO of 2Ans.
Listen, we're here for the people, and for the we've got to let them know all about the good stuff.
Exactly, whether it's technology or wine.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And technology and wine seem to be, clashing. Not really, well, clashing, but coming together so much more often these days.
Well, the whole social media thing has really brought kind of wine into people's living room much more easily than it had previously been. And with alcohol legislation where you're not allowed to advertise on TV, it bypasses that. So it
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's been pretty good.
Isn't there some law review at the moment about broadcasting standards and whether or not to include new media in that?
Bloggers, yeah, there is. There's a big thing up about standards for bloggers.
Yeah.
So whale oil's out. Sorry, whale, but that's toast, and they will have a good close look at all of this because. But
that could be video bloggers. That could be YouTube.
No, there's new media.
Yep.
Users. Well, I'm not sure.
Content creators.
I like the sound of this.
No. It sounds like a complete bun fight, but I don't know what they think they can actually do once they've got this law in place, because bloggers tend to be in this place called cyberspace rather than in New Zealand.
But they're going to eliminate that sort of that hiding behind a server in the States, aren't they? Because they're saying, well, you live in New Zealand. What you're saying might be on a server in the States, but that doesn't matter.
But it's all, the real issue with this is there are already a lot of laws out there that govern this kind of thing, and we've seen actions around defamation online in the past, and it's quite easily shown, readily shown all around the world that if you defame someone, you've defamed them. It doesn't matter whether you're using a blog or a website or a newspaper or a video. It's the same thing. So the laws are already there. It's probably worth having a look at, but I don't think anything major needs to be changed.
Okay.
So it could play. It could be awkward for video wine bloggers because of the alcohol content.
We're just not allowed to be seen to enjoy it, are you?
And promote it.
Or post it before 8:30 at night.
Yeah. Somewhere in the world. Well, so the new show will be The Sun's Over the Yardarm Somewhere. We'll just sit back and relax.
So, but I'm pretty sure that nothing will come of it. I mean, it
can't.
Who's going to police it?
Yeah. And how would you police it?
Yeah, and how?
In China, they have rooms full of people monitoring stuff, and they still can't keep up with. This is just trying to stuff. No, that's not a very good.
But I guess
for the radio, trying to put the lid back on something that's yes.
But I guess they can with the name suppression stuff. They probably do need to sort that out.
Well, and that's it's not a New Zealand only issue. That goes on all over the place. But it's certainly something that fortunately Judge David Harvey, who's the Manukau District Court judge, who teaches cyber law up at University of Auckland, he's got a lot to say about this. Quite rightly so, because it's one of these areas that. Is either unpoliceable and shouldn't be policed, or it is policeable but at huge expense to social and civil good. So that's a bad thing.
I'm still pro keeping people's names out of the courts because
out of the public sphere.
In
court.
Especially victims.
Yeah, victims. Well, and also we judge everybody as kind of guilty and then until proven innocent.
Yes.
Rather than the other way round, and I still like kind of innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
And so,
how old-fashioned of you?
I know. I perhaps I am old-fashioned, and I'm willing to take it.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
But I
think it's really important.
I haven't mentioned the T-top pates.
You haven't had a drink yet. You're already well in.
The T-top pates for about a week
Dome
now.
Scandal.
Yes. But I was amazed that they didn't somehow make their way onto SoundCloud or some kind of overseas kind of audio service.
Because the thing you can't forget about that is that nobody's actually published the contents of the tapes anywhere. The media did the right thing. We have come across these tapes. We would like your permission to publish them. No, you cannot have it. Okay, we won't. well, we're going to get the police to investigate anyway, and then we're going to get very angry, and we'll sue, and we'll defame people. And I'm pretty sure the comments they were throwing around during the aftermath of that were defamatory.
Yeah.
And without any actual... Hang on, let's get back to the basics here. Nobody has actually published this information you didn't want published. Yeah. So,
but
problem goes away.
But just in this age of also that the fact that obviously it wasn't a tape, but it was a digital thing, that it hasn't escaped somehow.
That's right. Out there into the world. I think there are too many lawyers jumped on it too early.
Right.
Because that is one, especially with the Prime Minister sitting there, where the SAS would be called in, there'd be abseiling going on and flashbang grenades, and it'd be all over.
But especially did you see that it was NZ Ben or someone on Twitter phoned up Civil Aviation Authority? Oh no, it's Pete Mangan from Saatchi. Phoned up the Civil Aviation Authority, said, "Can you give me some clear directions on UAVs?"
Unmanned aerial
and
vehicles.
And within an hour,
the
Secret Service phoned him up.
Oh, excellent.
Wow.
Oh, well, we should.
Who's Secret Service? Our
New Zealand's.
Yeah. SAS. They're very efficient if somebody tells them what's going on.
And so I mean, he wanted to know what the flying heights and the rules and regulations on having one. And then all of a sudden, he's probably got one of those gyrocopter,
one of those remote control things. Run it off your iPad. Yeah.
The SIS's kind of monitoring would be off the Richter if they were like monitoring Xbox chatter or something.
Yeah, that's right.
You're talking UAVs all the time on service
on Battlefield.
Like yeah,
Battlefield 3. Yeah.
So,
I was quite alarmed to hear two kids sitting behind me at a school function yesterday, chattering on about grenades and room clearing techniques, and then I realised that it was all from Battlefield 3. Flashbangs, yeah.
I mean, it must be an intelligence nightmare.
Yeah, I think so.
I imagine falling through the data going...
I hope so.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Are we going to arrest all these people?
Yeah. Let's go and talk to their parents. Wait a minute. No, we get into trouble for that too.
Yeah.
Madness.
Because of course when we were kids, it was Cowboys, Indians, whatever it was, war games out there in the local bush or something like that. But
we didn't have online, did we?
But now you're sharing, kind of what could be construed as war tactical training over social media.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, let's dial it back and get back into the wine.
Well, yeah, what have you got?
I've got, for me it's really special because this is their first release Sauvignon Blanc of the year. And usually, we tasted some Sauvignon in June.
Yes.
We're now in December,
so
kind of 6 months later. So they hold this stuff back, and it's organic, biodynamic. And there's still a stigma attached, apparently, to the biodynamic, organic kind of movement.
Is it hipstermatic?
Hipstermatic, yep.
It's three-dimensional.
Automatic.
Yep.
And so they don't, very rarely do they put, there is a nice little QR code for the people at home. Technology is starting to kind of creep into the wine industry. And it's the Mahi 2011 Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough. And it is organic, biodynamic, as I say, and I do really think that there is a difference between these two, between kind of industrial and then organic biodynamic, which I group as one, even though kind of biodynamic is the Steiner, more extreme organic version.
Steiner wine.
Yeah, Steiner wine. But there's been a big debate in the UK of late with Monty Walden, who's the biodynamic wine producer and advocate, and then Dr. Richard Smart, who's the Australasian canopy from sunshine into vine, or vine into sunshine, or something like that, who doesn't advocate at all and is really an opponent of biodynamics.
Okay.
And so that they've been having this big kind of university debate on the wine scene.
Well, that's good. It sounds healthy.
It is very healthy, and apparently Monty Walden won hands down. Everybody believed his argument, even though kind of putting cow manure into a cow's horn, and then burying it underground for 6 months, and then bring it out and spraying it on the plants. Yeah, I mean that's a little edgy, but I can understand the rise.
They do it under a full moon.
Yes. To be done. I mean, the rise and waxing and waning of the moon plays a part, and I can understand that because of the gravitational forces and the pressures and everything changed.
We're talking about that. I opened up a bucket of of fermenting sheep pellets that I had been fermenting for more than 6 months the other day.
I don't like to know why. Just because you can.
It was good. But no, the tomato plants are thanking me for that. Thanking something.
Well,
or I'll be thanking you.
So you're going organic as well, are you?
It's hard, as a home gardener, just to keep all the bugs at bay.
fragrant.
Man, it's hard to be organic. Anyway,
So, where do you guys sit on organic biodynamic?
Oh, I love it. Whether it's free-range eggs or Happy Pig bacon, I'm a big fan of food that tastes like actual food instead of food that looks like food. You know? And if vintners want to experiment this way, more power to them, I say.
God, this is really fragrant.
it is, isn't it?
It's got a bit more kind of mineral on the nose.
Okay.
So it's a bit more. You don't get this really kind of racy, vibrant, punchy fruit.
Yep.
It's a bit more rounded than that.
Right.
On the nose from me. Drinking out of a champagne glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Helps focus things, doesn't it?
Was she sweet?
She is sweet.
Yep.
But it's an oily sweet.
It has a strange. It's almost a texture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a textural wine. And it's quite full-bodied. And it sits really well in your mouth.
And those minerals that you're talking about in the nose definitely come through in the taste.
Almost like, for me, a quartzy kind of... I don't know whether you had a strange childhood like I did. Kind of like licking stones.
Coins.
Rocks. Yep.
Rocks and mud and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's an English-Welsh thing. Right.
Momo's looking a little bit concerned.
Yeah, I know,
at the moment. He's backing away slowly.
Wackos in this studio.
Yeah.
But that's what it tastes like to me.
Yeah.
That kind of quartzy character there. That definitely
It's not
mineral
quite
stony.
metallic, but there's definitely something there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
metallic
really-
would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like if it
yeah.
was-
Well, sometimes you
It's
get a
an off
steeliness in a wine. In a lot
Yeah.
of Sauvignon Blanc, you get a steeliness, and so that's a metallic kind of descriptor.
Now, this is 2011, so it's
It's
very young.
2011. So this has just been released.
Yeah.
Okay, so usually a lot of people, they've released their
Big
Sauvignon Blanc
fruities. Yeah.
kind of 5, 4, 3 months ago. And so this is now kind of just coming into its own, but it does have the potential to age.
Yeah.
This is you can age this for, I'd say, up to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. What price point?
Now it's going to sit kind of like in the 25.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not extreme. It's not at the kind of $50 Sauvignon.
Yep.
It's not the single vineyard, but for me, it's still one of the better estate Sauvignons, I should say. And I really like it because of the biodynamic, and I'm sure there is a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you give it?
91 points.
Not bad. It's out of 100, Paul.
That's out of 100.
Yeah.
I was going to say out of 10. That's going off. That's fantastic.
It's off the hook. Someone dial it back.
Unscrewed.co.nz for more. Jason, also Jason_Bryant on Twitter. And Paul, thanks so much for stopping on by and making this whole hour sort of work with the tech and
It's
the wine
lovely.
and everything.
We
really
should do it
good.
more often.
More often. Yeah. Twitter.com/Paul Brisbane, of course. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.